Just after 10:15 in the morning here in the great state of Montana. The construction crews are out running around. Nice weather. Doesn't look like we got a stitch of wind outside. Let's take a look here. Yeah. 57 degrees outside, mostly sunny right now, and 9-mile-an-hour winds. That's okay by me. I can take heat, I can take cold. I hate the wind. But, yeah, supposed to get up to 73 degrees today. Should be a good spring day, get everything growing. I got to get on my garden here soon, so. But yeah, we're going to have a little fun today. We are going to do a bit of the news, just to kind of stay up with it all. And then we're going to switch it over. We're going to do some little music, watch some funny videos. Oh, and by the way, you folks on Facebook, just to let you know, when the news is over, you're over, because I can't do any of the fun stuff with you guys. So, I know, sucks that you keep staying on Facebook. It ain't my fault. But, I don't know. Why don't you get your butt over to DLive and log in, and I don't have to keep doing this Facebook stuff. Getting about tired of it. So, that being said, guys, give me about 30 seconds. I'm going to get everything set up here, and we're going to get rolling. Commie Facebook. Exactly. Yeah, hey, Christy, how's everything going? Hope everything's going good for you guys today. Let's see here. My chat box done hit itself. Let me get out here. I must have missed some over on Roberts. Bobby Sprinkle, how's it going? Hey, thanks for the follow, by the way. I saw that earlier. Appreciate it. You know, all is going pretty good. So far, so good this morning. Haven't walked out and found a disaster in one of my trailers or anything like that today, so that's a plus. And the weather's turning warmer. Of course, this weekend it's supposed to all turn to crap again and start raining and snowing and all that kind of fun stuff. Christy was a bully. I don't think Christy has the ability to be a bully. She can't be trusted. But you guys will have to forgive me here. I got a little hitch in my giddy up going on in my throat here. Having some fun. And it's not, it's allergies. It's not COVID, so it's all good. I can not wear my mask and well, I actually don't give two shits anyway. Anyway, let's see here. I suppose I better make sure we have the... better get the mature tag put on for DLive, just in case. There we go. All betters now. Timed Grizz out and he didn't do anything wrong. Well, I don't know. I did catch that comment, Grizz. I have to admit. Yeah, but there was a libel and slander suit going on there for a second, so that's where it ends. Anyway, we're going to get over to the news, I think. I think. Well, let's see here. And there's some interesting stories today. Nothing too severe. Nothing to make you tear your head or hair out yet. So, let's see. Well, I take that back. There's one that made me tear my hair out, but that's normal. I don't have much left anyway. And, of course, it's this first one right here. The Michelle Obama Library expands free Wi-Fi yoga program among the pork projects and blowout budget. Yeah, because, I guess it's actually true. You can just, if you need more money, you just print it. It's fine. I mean, that has nothing to do with inflation or anything. Won't cause any of that, will it? Oh, wait. I guess, actually, that's the definition. Anyway. Yeah. Biden nominee, wife of chief of staff, touted silver lining of deadly pandemic. I don't know. Now we got both sides using this thing as cannon fodder. Sorry, guys, if you ask me, it wasn't all that deadly of a pandemic, I guess. There was a lot of stuff on there about, just ways that hospitals were making money on, depending on how they reported deaths and cases and admissions and all that kind of fun stuff. And if you want, you can dive down that rabbit hole on your own. I already have and don't want to do it again. Let's see. Investigation and investigators are horrified by child porn allegations found. Allegedly found on Duggar's computer. Do you guys know who Josh Duggar is? He was part of that whole 19 and counting, reality show. Just the kind of person you want around a bunch of kids, It's all good. Here we go again. Twitter's at it again. Twitter briefly suspends Elise Stefanik's staffer as rep makes leadership play. This is the gal that is vying for the seat in Wyoming. But of course, she's a conservative, so that can't be heard. I want to actually go back and watch this hockey game because sounds like it was pretty interesting. The NHL team fills the penalty box as bad blood boils over. 6 brawls break out. That is about the only time, and Christy, don't take this as, some sort of insult, but that'd be about the only time I'd want to watch hockey. It's just boring to me. Other than the fight. I mean, hockey is, what's a good way to put this? It's Canada's version of NASCAR. Either you watch it and you really get into it and you actually understand everything that's going on, or you just watch it for the crashes or the fights. I mean, same thing. Jonathan Bush, President George W. Bush, dies at age 89. Well, this gal's an idiot. Ilhan Omar calls for party to get tougher. Take on Mitch McConnell. She's just not a smart woman. Oh, and by the way, for the folks that are in Texas, congratulations. You are, one step closer to being back to the way life should have been. Texas passes the constitutional carry bill, allowing handguns to be carried without a permit. Let's see, Twitter crackdown on. And yeah, that's nothing new. Hard to believe that Twitter would be cracking down on something that, President Trump would be putting on. And yeah, I know he lost. You guys don't have to, tell me that he's no longer president. You still call him president after the, been out of office. Anyway. Bill and Melinda Gates' divorce is not a friendly split, sources allege. No kidding. Been a long time in the making. there's, and I'm not saying that women can't be CEOs in the workforce or anything like that, but I would not. See, the problem that these two ended up having, because they're both a couple of nutbags. I mean, they're on the same level of crazy. The problem that these two ended up having, I think, is they decided to start this massive corporation. Well, I guess they say it's a foundation, but it's not. It's a corporation. Anyway, they decided to start all this together, and they were going to run it together, and they were going to do everything together. And then you find out in a hurry that you don't always necessarily agree at work as much as you agree at home, and the fights start. I'm speaking from experience. My wife actually tried to be a car salesman when I was a sales manager. It didn't go well, but social media erupts as NBC praises Biden for hitting school's goal while admitting many students still at home. I can tell you this much. My wife, being a public school teacher, is fully aware and does not agree with what this stay-at-home stuff is doing to these kids. We weren't prepared to have distance learning. And by we, I mean we as a nation. We never even gave it a thought. In fact, homeschooling was, almost shunned for quite a few years. So, yeah, those kids are falling behind. In fact, they're doing testing right now in school, and like my wife said, she goes, it's definitely going to make us look worse, not better in the world's eye. This would be funny. DeSantis should get award for COVID response. Governor instead of Governor Whitmer. I wish Iron Dog was in here. I'd love to talk to him about his governor. That lady is nuts. I mean, she's on a power trip and a half. I don't want to read any crime stuff today. Oh yeah, this is kind of funny. Florida Governor DeSantis signs election reform bill. Democrats immediately sue. I'm quite confused on this because everybody thinks that this is some sort of, great coup against people of color. And it has absolutely nothing to do with that. Most of these laws that are coming out that are supposedly changing the election, process are just returning it to pre-COVID times. I mean, not having instant mail-in ballots, having to have an ID to vote. We used to always do that stuff. I don't know why it's such an issue now, but and I'm about tired of hearing about the Jim Crow era. I hear any more about that, and if you think we're even close to the Jim Crow era, you don't know your history. Oh, I haven't even read this one down here, but this reminds me of something. Where you see track and field running. Has anyone seen that young gal that? It was a high school girl that was running track, and she was actually setting one of her school records for track, and she passed out right at the finish line, and she's contributing to having to wear a mask while running. I couldn't imagine that. I hate, there's some stores out there that make you wear a mask, and if I have to, I'll go in there, but just walking around trying to breathe through one of them damn things gets old. I couldn't imagine running a half mile or something like that. Well, let's see. Red State's prep for clash of, Justice Department over the trans athletes in female sports. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care if you want to take pills, grow your hair long, and well, hell, I got the mature tag on. I don't care if you want to grow your hair long, take pills, get boobs put in you, and chop your dick off. I don't care if you want to do that, but when you start to affect other people, that's when it becomes an issue. And if you think that these transgender females or transgender, are they transgender males or transgender females? Because they're males that I don't know. Anyway, if you think that those biological boys don't have more athletic advantage over the biological girls, you are sadly mistaken. One of these days, I guess we'll wait till it's a night show. We'll go back and look at that MMA fight where the transgender fighter just beats the crap out of this poor woman. If I remember correctly, he broke her ocular socket, cracked her forehead, almost killed the gal. And evidently that's okay because he's transgender. I will read this one just because I'm tired of hearing about this too. 2 women attacked with a cinder block in Baltimore liquor store. Investigation underway. Do you see the person that was the attacker? I don't want to hear that this is a white supremacy problem anymore, or a white person problem. The white man hates the Asian South Pacific. 9 times, well, all the ones that I've seen anyway, and I watch multiple news sources, not just the conservative ones. Not a lot of white guys. There was one white guy, and he was mentally disturbed and addicted to sex, so yeah, he was a whack job anyway. But you hate Hammertown? Let's see. Anything else good on the news today? Not really. Not seeing anything too big. And I don't know when we started counting this stuff. Kamala Harris has gone 43 days without a news conference since being tapped as the border crisis role. I don't know. Don't get why it's an issue. You know, I don't want to hear from either one of them anyway, so I'm okay with it. But you know what? Hold on just a second here. I think what we're going to do is check out the local news. Give me just a second. You guys will get a kick out of what's considered quote-unquote news in, small town Montana. Give me just a second, guys. I got to go get something for my throat here. Anyway, yeah, let's go over to good old Montana news. It's a much quieter, easier place. All right. Yeah, see, we have stuff like this. Join the 5th annual Shred Day to eliminate the possibility of identity theft. Really? That's what makes the top of our news. This was kind of a sad story. This gal, this bar that she worked at is a world-known bar. It's kind of like the Wall Drug of Great Falls. But this old gal has played piano there for decades. And she just passed away recently, which is a sad day for Great Falls, Montana. If you ever get a chance and you're around this area, go to the Sip and Dip Lounge. Order yourself a fishbowl. You're not going to walk out of there in any good shape, but it'll be worth it. They actually have... so it's the Sip and Dip Lounge is attached to the O'Hare Motor Inn Hotel, and they have a pool there. Well, they use part of that pool as their mermaid diving pool, and they have mermaids that sit there and swim in front of you while you're at the bar. It's actually pretty cool. But yeah, get a chance, check out the Sip and Dip Lounge. If you Google it, you'll find it all over. Let's see here. Well, it looks like they're getting the Red Horse ready. If you guys know, if you've been in and around any of the Air Force, the Red Horse guys are the kind of the construction crews. So when there has to be a quick airway built or something like that, they can get it done. Kind of scary that they're keeping them deployment ready, but whatever. Looks like air quality is becoming an issue again. Our biggest, when they say air quality up here, they're either talking about two things. It's either the pollen and allergy levels or forest fires. It's about the only two things we've got to worry about. Not a whole lot of smog in the great state of Montana. Blackfoot Drive, nothing really major there. The Montana wool, yeah, we raise sheep. Don't tell Robert, he'll be here. Let's see. Wildlife officials are warning about bear awareness in central Montana. That's a bit of a problem, because Grizz, you found out yesterday, central Montana doesn't have a lot of mountains. So if the bears are in central Montana, that means they are wandering far away from where they should be. Looks like we had another 2-person fatal car crash, so that's never good. Let's see. Grammy, thank you for the ice cream. Appreciate it. The Augusta American Legion Rodeo to happen in 2021. Yeah, we're not canceling any of our stuff in Montana this year. I know my local town here is going to have their summer celebration. Masks are not going to be required. We really don't care anymore. So, yeah, we are getting back to normal. And we're going to drag the rest of the country along kicking and screaming. And then, of course, missing an endangered person. Leo Wagner. Hard to believe. I don't know what's going. I got to be honest with you. I'm a little concerned with our Native American population in Montana because something's going on. Last week we had five. I think it was either 5 or 6 missing and endangered person notifications come across my cell phone and they were all Native American. So I don't know what in the hell is going on, but they need to get that under control, I'm thinking. And looks like we're into the news that we talked about on Monday, so. All right. Well, that takes care of that problem. Now, let's get our butts. Well, actually, I got to do something first. For you folks that are bound and determined to stay on Facebook, yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Sucks to be you. For you folks on YouTube, sucks to be you. For you folks on DLive, though, if you would, I'm going to shut this stream down and start a new stream back up here just shortly. But I got to kick Facebook and YouTube the hell out of here because what we're going to do next, they don't allow. So, sorry, guys. You still suck. See you later.